Okay, guys, we're gonna get started setting up a campaign. Okay, so we're just gonna set for this example. I'm gonna set up the campaign for a post on a site. Again, you can run this on your money site. A lot of people think that you can't, but you can. You can run it on your money site. You can run it on just your home page, your domain. You can run campaigns on post pages, whatever you like. And so what we're going to be doing with this campaign is running it on one URL, and the URL would be the post URL. So what we're going to do is go to new, and then we're going to click the little arrow down, and you can click or choose new and enter a name, which you're going to name your project. So that's what we'll do here. So when you start a new project, they call it projects. When you start a new project, you're going to have two sections. This section here, which is the project settings, and they have 4 tabs, which is data, options, notes, and external APIs. Most of the time you're just going to be working with the data, options, and then another tab will open up here called articles. So if you're submitting articles, you'll see that tab open up. Okay, so this is your settings tab. Over here on the left hand side is where you're going to submit links to. Okay, what I'm going to show you is the basic setup. So what you're going to choose for your basic promotions. And I'll show you kind of what I choose for almost all of my projects. So I'm going to check the article. Now the article submission type has multiple platforms or footprints to where it submits articles to. Okay, and within each footprint are hundreds and thousands or thousands of different article directories and things like that, submission sites. So I check article. Blog comment will automatically be checked by default. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do directory. Usually I'll do document sharing, but you need to go ahead and get a PDF ready. So what I would do if I was going to do document sharing, I would probably take the post, or I would create a new article, or take this article and create a PDF. So if you check document sharing, you'll have an option over here that's going to ask you to upload PDF. Okay, so we're going to skip that for right now, and we'll come back to looking at that later. So I'm going to go ahead and check forum. Guest book is a option that I use sometimes, not all the time. Image comment is you're going to have an image ready. Okay, so keep that in mind if you choose image comment, and just like if you choose video, you need to have a video ready. Okay, I'm not going to select pingback, refer. I'm going to go ahead and select RSS, social, bookmark, social network. I'm going to uncheck trackback. I'm going to uncheck URL shortener. Sometimes I use that, sometimes I don't. It's a good idea to use video, so if you have a video, it's a good idea to use that. We're going to choose Web 2.0 in Wiki. Okay, so once you have your places that you want to submit to, you can start working on this area. Now, just to give you a little bit of idea where it says where to submit, how this works over here, when you check the little or click the little plus, it brings down all the footprints. You can hover your mouse over each footprint, and it's going to give you information about that, like if will your links be do follow links, or do they offer do follow links, and so you're going to see those if you hover your mouse over. Remember, all of your links don't have to be do follow. Matter of fact, it's always good to have no follow links as well. Okay, so that makes it look a lot more natural to the guys over at Google. So if you see something that says no follow links, don't. A lot of people say, hey, I don't want to do that because it's a waste of time. Well, actually, it's not. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and you can do that for. You can look at these for anything, any of the submission platforms. So your basic submissions are going to be, I'm going to take image off. Your basic submissions are going to be article block, comment directory, forum, indexer, RSS, social, bookmark, social network. Again, video is probably, probably want to do that if you have a video, and then Web 2.0 and Wiki. Okay, so let's get started with the settings. The first tab that you see here is data. You can also see that it created a new tab, article manager, because we chose platforms that have to have articles submitted. Okay, so the first option is your URL. Now there's many different options when it comes to the URL that you want to submit or drive traffic to. If you hover your mouse over this, the guys over here at GSA is going to tell you that it should be your main URL. So it's going to be your home page, yourdomain.com, but it's also going to tell you that inner pages or inner post work just as well. So keep in mind that you can submit straight to your money site. Okay, so adding a URL. In this example, we're going to add one URL, which is this post. Okay, now you have other options. You can actually add more than one URL. Okay, if you add more than one URL, then the software will just rotate in between submissions. So it'll submit your first URL this time, and then it'll just rotate through them all. Okay, so you can add multiple URLs. Another option that the software lets you do is say you have 50 pages of content on your site and you don't want to have to go get each individual URL manually. The software can actually crawl your site and go get all of the URLs for you and then auto-populate this. Okay, so we're going to use one URL this time, and so what we're going to do is click on Edit. When you click on Edit, you're going to see a pop-up. And I know you probably can't see this, but let me pull this down just a little bit. You're going to have add URL. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing, or we're going to be adding one URL. But you have add URL, and anchor text, and then add URL, anchor text, and secondary anchor text. If you're just adding either one URL or even two URLs, what we like to do is add URL and then add the anchor text with it, so we can lock the anchor text to that URL, and that's what we're going to do in this situation. So that's what I'm going to choose. Now we're going to enter the URL. Remember, it's going to be the URL to your post page or even your money or your home page. Okay, I'm going to paste that here. Now since we're only adding one URL, we're not going to add our anchor text here in this area. Okay, if we were adding more than one URL, say we're adding 2 or 3 URLs, we would probably attach our anchor text to the URL in this box, and I'll show you how to do that later. But right now we're working with one URL, so we're just going to click OK, and then we're going to put our anchor text. I'm going to cancel that. We're going to put our anchor text down in a different area. So I'm just going to put my URL. Okay. Now we're going to skip down to the next line. The next line is going to be it's going to be checked by default. So basically what that's asking you is if you put in, say, 3 URLs, do you want it to randomly select URLs or go from one or to the other and rotate them? So that's what it's asking you. You can usually just leave that checked. The second option is asking, or is saying, use verified URLs from another project. Okay, and it tells you this that it's talking about multi-tiered or link wheels. This will not be, in this case, we're not going to be using that. So what will happen is, and I'll explain this more here in just a little bit, because there's another option that talks about this. So for your first project, or for this project, you're going to not select this. Now if you create another project and you want to use all the links that you create promoting this link, then you can check that. but just leave that unchecked for right now, and we'll go back to that in just a little while. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to check use URL variations. Usually I leave this set at default, set at 20 at default, so I'll just usually leave that there, and then I will go ahead and check this box. Okay, basically what these are doing is helping your links look more natural. Okay, so it'll put variations within your URL so that it's not the same every time. It doesn't change your URL. It just changes either to a capital or to a lowercase letter. Okay, next is keywords. Now this is very important to understand. We are promoting one URL. This article is targeting one keyword. Okay, that's the way I like to do it. I usually make an article promoting or targeting one keyword. Okay, so this is our keyword. Okay, so if you take your keyword and you were to put it here, the problem that you're going to have is that the software is going to use your keywords that you put here to find targets to submit to. Okay, so here's what you would want to do. Your keywords, you can put in different keywords. So we have interior design furniture. I'm going to go ahead and add interior design. Okay. Now it's a good idea to put probably 20, 30, even 40 keywords here. A lot of people will tell you more keywords. Some will say you need 10, 5, 10. It's a good idea to put 20 or so in here because, like I said, it does use those keywords to find targets on your sites. So if it runs out of targets or if it runs out of keywords to look for targets, then you're going to have some issues. So it's a good idea to put in more keywords here. Now, if you're like in this case, we are targeting one keyword. So what we can do is click on this tool to help us find some more keywords. So interior design. I'm going to take that because that's the basic keyword of this site. And then I'm going to click tool. First, I'm going to put a comma after this real quick. Then I'm going to click tool. And let's see. When you click on the tool, it's going to allow you to import keywords. So what we might do here is go to Keyword Planner and then do a search and get some keywords from Keyword Planner and then import those here. Those are going to be based on suggest, which means people are searching for those. So that will help us get new targets. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, if you have another software, a keyword suggest software, or even an Amazon suggest software that's going to give you a list of keywords that people are searching for, that's fine. Keep in mind that these keywords are to get targets for the software to use to search for targets. So just keep in mind that that's what it's going to be used for. So here we are on Google AdWords. So what I'm going to do is click on search for new keyword and group ideas, and I'm going to put in my main I'm putting in interior design. I'm not using my keyword that I used for the article. I'm going to use the main keyword so that I can get a broad range of niche type keywords so that my software can find targets. So interior design. I'll probably go ahead and do a keyword filter, and I'll put let's say we want to make sure that they have an average of 800 monthly searches or above. So let's do that. I'm not going to select anything down here. I'm going to click Get Ideas. So what I'm going to do is click on Keyword Ideas, and I'm going to go ahead and download. There's 211 keywords for interior design. So I'm going to go ahead and download these. And I'm going to choose the Excel CSV and download. Okay, so I got those saved on my computer. Okay, so back in the software, new keywords, I'm going to click on import. And I need to put those on my clipboard first, I forgot. Okay, so I've opened this file, if you can see it here. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy some keywords here. Just copy those to my clipboard. I'm going to click import clipboard, and it's going to put those keywords in there. I'm going to click OK. Okay, so now we're going to go down. You have 4 boxes here. Okay, we're going to select or check the first box and collect keywords from target sites. And we're going to go ahead and check this box, and we're going to use collected keywords to find new target sites. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and leave these two blank. Now if you only put a couple of keywords in there, you may check the last box here. Okay, so now we're down to anchor text. So for our anchor text, our main anchor text keyword is going to be the keyword that we want to rank this for. So it's going to be our keyword here. Now you have the option of telling the software to use the keywords that you put here for your anchor text. And if you wanted to do that, you would check this box. Now for the anchor text, we're going to put in our main keyword, but we're going to add in a couple more. Okay, so what we're going to do is go down and we're going to check where it says secondary anchor text. And we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and just put interior design. And you can also put more in there if you like. So if you wanted to use spin tax, okay, so that's what it would look like. Your secondary anchor text would be one of those. It will spin or go in between one of those. Branding anchor text. We're just going to check this box and we're going to put in the name of your site. Okay, so this is going to be the title of your site. And I really don't have one for this site since this isn't just an example, but we'll just put in, okay, the branding is the name of your domain or your domain name. I'm going to skip LSI anchor text for right now. I'm going to check generic anchor text. Basically what generic anchor text is phrases like click here, read more, things like that. Domain is anchor text. I'm going to check that box. I'm going to leave these set at default. I'm going to check use citation. And I'm going to check on anchor text variations. Okay, we'll stop this video and pick up in the next, starting with website title.